Now granted, our next one needs 200 points, and we're at 72, so these increments are worth it. The wearer gains perception bonus dodge until the start of their next turn. For each enemy affected by their psi power or psychic staff. That would be perfect for her, since she does work on perception, but she's dead. After triggering a psychic phenomena or the peril, the wearer's psi rating is increased by 1 until the end of combat. The wearer gains momentum and temporary wounds equal to their resolve. That sounds like something you would want, or I would want. Yeah. I'll wear this. Where is it? Psychic Awakening? Unsanctioned or Psychic Awakening? What is Psychic Awakening? Okay, so only Adara can do this. Alright, well. It is what it is. Goodbye, Adara. I have about 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna push to Draconis and probably stop the stream here. If time allows it, after my errands, which take roughly about an hour, I might get back here to stream again, or not. It all depends. So. Alright. So, if I have anything new, we can get back to trying to reach the dynasty. Which is there, so. Also, I don't know if we haven't explored this system either. Shit. Let's do that quickly. We are avoiding, I remember this fight specifically, it is very hard. And we have no upgrades or anything yet. I'm saving all the scraps and shit for, we want this for sure. For one of the projects. Once I get the Navy project kicked in, where I have a ship that fights with me, then I'll start knocking out all the various battles here and there. Promethium, I think I need that for one of my, yeah. So let's extract this. But that leaves one more, so we have to be smart about that last one. Okay. Now our profit factor, what do you track it? Is at 31. Great. I think we can afford the trinket now, or the pendant. It should be right here. Yes. So how much can we bump? Still quite far. However, we'll grab these. And this, whenever the wearer uses a non-attacking consumable, it counts as an attack of a different type than the previous attack, for the purposes of versatility. This could be given to Abelards. He's an arch-militant. Mental damage with armor penetration. We can't buy these yet. What about you guys? Do you have anything nice? Imperium. Cannot be parried or dodged. This would be great if I was going heavy gunner with Argenta, but I'm not. She's my sniper at the moment. Anything with you dudes? Nope. Yeah, I can't afford anything, which is a shame. But once I unlock my Navy perk and all that stuff, we can explore more and gather resources and whatnot. Oh, this might trigger a fight. Let's see. This is too close, but okay. Alright, and that should be everything here, so we'll come back to attack those pirates later. And now, we want to make this road less dangerous. Save, and yeah, the tech priest report a brief malfunction in the Giller field generator that left the vessel exposed to the warp for a brief second. According to the Enforcer report, something did manage to get into the ship and is now prowling the dark corridors of Loading Bay 5. Send patrols into the affected chamber. Let's try that. Several armed teams left to search the unknown creature that had invaded the vessel. All but 2 returned with nothing to show for it but their turned prematurely gray and horror stories of what was happening in the Loading Bay 5. One team brought back a bizarre trophy allegedly found behind the shattered bulkhead. The last team was never seen or heard from again. Okay, we have a project. Lord Captain, there is a conflict between the followers of the Order of the Hammer and the refugees from the Winterscale dynasty's domain. An argument broke out near the tomb of the aesthetic Nicomedes? Keef? Okay. And the tomb was damaged in the fray. The pilgrims, revering Keef's rival, Philopimenes, whatever the fuck, claimed Keef to be a thief who had stolen the relics of Saint Cognatius and disturbed the sacrament of his resting place to sate his greed. The Order of the Hammer is furious at the heretical statements and the desecration of the ascetic's burial site. That is a mouthful. Jesus. These guests, who seem to have forgotten their manners, will be summarily punished. 1 week without water rations, we share the indignation of the Order of the Hammer. Let them bring forth their representatives and try to negotiate some form of coexistence. The Malpians display impressive zeal. I charge the Order of the Hammer to welcome 100 of the new arrivals into their ranks. Let them learn one another's ways and come to accept this distinct path toward the reverence of Cognatius. We'll go with this. It shall be done. Putting forth 24 wise men from each side, the 2 cults have sought to find a common interpretation of the way of Saint Cognatius. They may not have achieved dogmatic unity, but they have at least managed to find a way to coexist on the same world. Alright, that's cool. Definitely want this. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line, I can report that the quest for the capital world of the Van Valentius dynasty is finally at an end. Dargonus is straight ahead. We have received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captains taken refuge on the orbital docks of Darkonus race to send you priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favor and to make an impression on the rogue trader. Tell Darkonus the rogue trader is coming. Okay. Lord Captain will be pleased to accompany you during this visit. Yeah, you surely will. I am kind of on the clock right now, so I'm going to quickly scan these planets. Grab this baby. And, okay. I think it's not going to allow me to go straight to the dynasty. We have like a companion quest coming up that we have to deal with before settling for this. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop here. So I'll do a starting with the Adeptus Mechanicus ship. I think that's one of our followers' quests, Pascal specifically. Your Lordship, Captain, the transport shuttle bearing the markings of the Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magus Tarzus delegation intends to board our ship and gain an audience with your Lordship. This is exactly how they phrased it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with the laity, whatever. It's regrettable. Receive the delegation. They may indeed be here on important business, so let's get it over and done with. It will be done, your Lordship. Requesting permission to be present at the audience granted to my tech comrades. Permission granted. Alright. Got my coffee as usual. And I don't promote smoking, but it is a bad habit that I indulge in, so there probably won't be a video where I'm not smoking. And I don't know what the YouTube TOS is regarding that, but I'll just have to deal with it, you know? If I get demonetized, then fuck it. I'm not really doing it for the monetization so far. Right, so I would probably need to quick save, never mind. A group dressed in crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks towards you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You note that the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. What does belies mean? Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, whom you encountered on Footfall. The enormous tech priest points his hand at Pascal and lets out a booming roar. Unlike a factory alarm, it makes your very bones vibrate. Herald servo skulls marked with the emblem of the cog follow in his wake. They blare shrilly. Thou shalt not suffer, a heretic in thy forge. Okay, sorry. As soon as I saw the Shakespearean shit, I had to put the voice on. For rust begets rust. Pascal Hanuman. I can't pronounce his last name. As usual, there's a lot of names I can't really pronounce here, but it is what it is. In the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest. The hunched servant of the Omnissiah turns to you. Diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies. Would you like to inform you of the necessity of conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit on the rogue trader's territory? Yeah, they have an odd way of speaking. We got a check. Let's see if we get some free XP out of it. Nice. You identify rare armor the enormous tech priest is wearing as a Secutor's plated mechanized suit. It carries the imprints of many battles and has markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor's damage looks fairly severe, to the point of endangering its operation. The silvers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then, convulsions shake the tech priest's body, and a painful sounding hiss comes from his vox. The tall tech priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful and makes a point of not drawing his weapon. There is an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over at his fellow, scrutinizing his condition. Who dares to arrive on my ship uninvited, asking for trouble? Are you cogs? Glory to the Adeptus Mechanicus, I am ready to cooperate. On what charge are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? Let's go with that. This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes, spreading tech heresy on the world of Kiavagama, and making an attempt on the life of a servant of the Omnissiah. The faulty unit will be removed. In the name of the Omnissiah, I condemn you. In contrast, Pascal squeaks quietly and coldly. You are malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. The statement is false. Tech brother Tarzus is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration, which however does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pascal, we have information that implicates you. Having learned that you are a member of the retinue, a maintenance specialist in the service of rogue trader von Valencius, we have come here with the goal of meeting, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. Right. So, point to the Fury's servant. Do you have proof of this tech priest? Is he who he claims to be? Wait a minute, what is happening on Kiavagama? I'm not handing Pascal over to you unless I see evidence. I'm going with this. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. Tarzus gives you a haughty look. What was that? How do you pronounce that? And lets out a howl of wrath. Archive and Tech Brother Tarzus opposes lay participation in the investigation. Search for the truth. The unit Opticon 22 advises in favor of the House von Valencius representatives' participation request. And then we have a few checks here. I think you and I should continue the discussion in private. Or, I insist on a joint investigation. Arresting a rogue trader's retinue member without any justification stands in breach of the law of my privileges under the warrant of trade. So, this makes me sound like a lawyer, but I'm leaning towards this. Pascal has accompanied me on my travels for a while now, and I can swear to it that he is no criminal. I don't like to plead. This sounds kind of desperate, so let's go with this one. And we passed. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. I request Tech Brother Tarzus consent to the co-participation of representatives of the von Valencius dynasty in the investigation proceedings. A sacrilegious conspiracy. I refuse help from laypersons. I am a cog of the Deus Mechanicus that grinds down corruption, and I will carry out the sentence immediately. Your funeral, buddy. It could be mine. We'll see. Pascal freezes, but green sparks light up his visor. He extends a hand toward Tarzus and replies in a clanging voice, "Let the cycle be discontinued." You realize Pascal's words are coming from both his own Vox and Tarzus's. Then every sensor on the executioner's battle harness lights up at once, blindingly, and the wounded armor Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention. Priority notification. Service units of the Kappa Thread supply line are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader. Command, retreat, and reinitiate negotiations. Okay, he's the wise one in the faction. Heretic Pascal, I will wreak punishment. Something, something.
I will cast you
Alright.
into eternal darkness.
Let's get to it. So these guys all have high armor. Minus this fellow here. But he's got a ton of health and dodge. Our main guy here has a shit ton of everything, pretty much. Not really sure what the best way to position is, but I assume something like this might work. Then the frontliners are like somewhere around here. Let's say Pascal. Then I'd like him to be closer, but don't think we have the option. Okay. Guess you'll just get 30 or 20% from camaraderie. 24. Okay. And Pascal could just hang out with the frontliners and get to debuffing. Something like that. Okay.
If only that were possible.
Who gets to start first? Heinrichs and then the boss. Okay, if Heinrichs is starting, maybe I should the first rounds are all gonna go to buffing anyway, so the current dilemma I have right now, should I do bring it down minimal amounts of damage, since they're not really debuffed or anything, or just continue buffing? It's probably better to just continue buffing, I believe.
All too easy. Already done.
Kind of going based on the units with the most AoE. Okay, now we have Heinrichs. We can increase their resolve, bit of deflection,
Lord Captain.
bit of strength to our main dude, and then just endurance. And slap him with this, maybe. 6 damage. Alright, whatever. Oof.
Pain is temporary.
Wait, why do you...
Legacy is forever.
Is he still attacking? Jesus. The main guy is almost dead. He's got traumas already. Right.
Nothing I can't do.
Let's start
Suits my purposes.
Pascal, so he could debuff
Too easy.
finally. This is the only thing we could do right now. Then we can't relocate him yet, unfortunately. But we could put some bounties.
Already done.
Get all the buffs out of the way. And then try to survive. I can't really burn myself, can I? Okay, I
I
can.
will not be deterred.
If I keep it up
The Emperor commands.
and live through this, burning them should reduce their armor every turn.
Actions will speak louder than words.
We could also do a desperate measure, but I should probably keep or use the Pascal one. But I might die if I delay. So
I am
Okay.
but a vessel for the higher purpose.
go ahead, start with a heal.
Even in the darkest moments, there is hope.
We could spread some fires around.
Rejoice in service. I won't suffer this.
Why can't I do some more shit? Oh, no limit on melee attacks. I guess spells don't count. Okay, duly noted. They're debuffing my friends. They have the same skill set as the skull, basically. Uh-oh. Fuck
By the
you.
manner of their
Okay.
death, we shall know them.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay.
I have read tomes of military
We'll keep pushing,
tactics.
see what happens.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may, I am a navigator, not a
Who's
servitor.
stunned among you? Not this guy. Okay, the boss is. No, that's the boss. Okay, they're both stunned. Okay. So all of them are stunned minus the servitor.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Finally, we get
Without
to
deeds
play
is
with Argenta.
worthless. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
The sharpshooter is a problem. I mean, to be honest, everyone is. Okay, well, let's try to get the ranged units first.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
Okay, we got one. And we got 2 action points in return, but we don't really. We can't use it.
As the
So,
Emperor
in
commands,
case I switch to a
act.
flamer, I'll just buff myself. Okay, more resolve,
Naturally.
heal.
But of course, Lord Captain. Alas, no. Let's see to it.
Alright. So...
Nothing I can't do.
Did I already give her a linchpin? Yeah, okay. Then we shall give it to Cassia.
My tactics are flawless.
And then... give her a turn,
Not a problem for me.
so she could possibly stun them again, if we're lucky.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay, he's stunned. Stunned. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, we have a chance now.
Me?
But
If
these
you
guys
insist, Lord
might
Captain.
kill someone.
Let's see how
Just
they
buff
respond to
Heinrichs.
this.
Take him somewhere safe so that the servitor goes for my melee units.
Through pain and hardship, we prove our devotion.
I'd like to burn them, but I'm gonna hit Heinrichs in the process. Which is not ideal, so... I should give him some fireproof stuff after this fight. Yeah, he'll have to suck it up.
My armor is contempt.
Okay. Alright. Thank God. Okay. Good, good. Good shit.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Can put it on the sniper then.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Get her closer so we can land a hit. Okay. Yeah.
Battlefields are always drowned in sport.
Got a lot of momentum from that. Then we try to just let's take him out.
That is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Not much damage.
I'll do it.
They have a lot of armor. Pascal didn't get a chance to debuff anyone. And that's alright. Okay. More resolve. Endurance.
Throne's glory.
Strength on him. Didn't get the chance to
won't
buff
object to it.
first few rounds.
More trouble than it's worth.
Then we could
Let's see to
get
it.
this guy. 24. Okay, very nice. We could give it to her so she could just
I'll bring glory to my
burn everything
bloodline.
down. Does she have reveal the light? Nope. She could buff
I'm
now
not
for more
accustomed to being ordered around.
damage, hopefully. And just do this.
If you insist, Lord Captain's duty demands. Do not dare ask. If I may.
Nothing I can't do.
I could have buffed some more, but you know what? This time I'm just gonna attack with him.
Already done. Give them stand
Beautiful.
chance.
Alright. Anyone missing air of authority? I think it's him.
All too easy.
Okay. Just give it to her. Then burn everyone.
I will not be deterred.
You don't frighten me.
Rejoice in service.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
It's pretty much done now.
Me? If you insist, Lord, another fur of tainted black.
Yeah.
I'll paint your death in colors.
The Emperor commands.
You're just gonna miss everything. Let's just do a manual burn then.
Louder than words. And so shall it be done.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire
Alright.
in my heart.
Requesting cessation of hostilities. I'm not tired at all. In fact, I could finish you off too. Okay. Let's ask about what he did. Unable to fulfill request, the Amlisag granted me an epiphany, and I, muted and maimed, machine spirit that was filling Tarsus's mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Rykad Minoris, where I appealed to the machine spirit of a malfunctioning mechanism and laid it to rest. Point to Tarsus. Okay, we'll just go with this. I also have a negative assessment of this event. The Adeptus Mechanicus still accused the unit, identifying itself as Pascal, of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarsus, I am not authorized to immediately execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to drop the inquiry. There are no apostates among us. Tech Priest Tarsus and the machine spirit that lived in his battle harness succumbed to the suffering that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Erroneous? I guess? I don't know. Now their torment is over. I declare them martyrs, and I'm re-questioning Tarsus's neural augment for the purposes of preserving his blessed memory. As astonished tech priests look on, Pascal leans over the slain man's body and extracts the augmentic from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. Whatever you did, it's working. Keep going. Yeah. With each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony your brother Tarsus was in. His unbridled pain spurred faith, intimidated you. Yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voices to proclaim that the machine spirit with which his mind had merged was morbidly afflicted. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched a tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that comprehension is the true path of knowledge, yet the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. And they reply with, let the cycle be discontinued. And once again, let the cycle be discontinued. Now that the conflict has been resolved, you may remain aboard my ship. Request denied. The Kappa Thread supply line delegation is leaving Darkonis, expresses gratitude for the hospitality, and proclaims its intent to return to Fitfall to resume performing its regular functions. Pascal's mechanic then right? Can't even say this. Macandriite briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully. Okay. Once I'm back on the ship, or we can do it actually now. We switch the cloaks so that our friend here can get in on the action more often. Then we'll just give him this so he can be slightly tanky.